Okay, Stranger Things fans, in this video I'm going to recreate some of the sounds of the monsters from the very popular Netflix series, Stranger Things. If you haven't seen it, where have you been? You really should. It's based in 1980s Indiana, where a group of kids really discover lots of, well, strange, scary monsters and secret government exploits. So we're going to do this using a kit that you won't quite believe. We're going to use slime to make the monsters in Stranger Things. Now, bear with me here. I've got a portable audio recorder, and I'm going to record some of these sounds. First of all, I've got these cubes that I can record. I've got a bit of clay that I can scrunch into there, and I've got many scrunchy things that I can do that with. But it wouldn't be fun if I didn't actually make slime. So I'm going to go ahead and do my best to make some slime, knowing a recipe that I've just learnt. So let's grab some clear glue, and I think I'm going to need about 30 mils of that, and we'll pour that into the tub and get it ready to be slime. Ooh, that's slimy. I had far too much fun playing with slime. Yes, a lot of slime. Pink, fluffy clouds, marshmallows, cube bits that look like sugar, and snow that expands. But anyway, that's enough of getting sidetracked. Let's get into it. I'm particularly going to focus on a couple of episodes. Episode 8 from Season 1, The Upside Down. Oh, it's really scary. Actually, let's see if I can play the sound of the monster, because for copyright reasons I can't show you the video clip. And then there was Season 3, Episode 5, The Flayed, and this is a slime moving monster. Let's hear a bit of the original. Whoa. Okay, again, copyright reasons, can't play the video, but I can try and recreate those sounds and give them to you to download at the end of this video. So let's hop into Adobe Audition. Now, all of the slime that you saw me create and play with earlier, I recorded on my digital audio recorder, so I got loads of stuff. And if we just grab like a little sample here, I'm actually going to turn this up a little bit, so let's normalize it and play. Now that's just the original sound of some crunchy slime, and it really sounds good. It sounds like the monster is moving because I recorded on a stereo recorder with 2 mics. It's kind of like, you know, going from left to right, which I really like. So I'm going to copy that, I'm going to put it into a brand new file, and we'll call this Monster 01. Paste, and what I can actually first of all do with this, I've got the preview window on, I can compress it. Really, that's what I want to do if I want to get a good sound. So effects, amplitude, compression, dynamics, compressor is ticked, high ratio, low threshold, and a big makeup gain. Look at how much louder that is in the bottom now. Wow. That's going to sound awesome. Much, much scarier. Now let's start a multi-track so we can mix lots of sounds together, and we'll call this Stranger. Okay? Stranger going in here, and we'll go ahead and we'll grab that monster and pop it in over here. Now I'm going to go ahead to the effects rack and add a little bit of reverb. So let's go into reverb. We'll take studio reverb, and we'll start off with swirly reverb and see what happens there. Probably not enough reverb, so let's go to Great Hall. Just going to play with a few of these effects, make the decay longer, turn the wet up. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to modulation, and I'm going to put a phaser on it. Let's play with some of the presets. Zed Leplin's one of my faves. Whoa. You know, that in itself is freaky, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to multi-track, and I'm going to bounce to new track, the selected clip only. Actually, I shouldn't have done that because it hasn't got all of the reverb, so let's get the reverb. That'll be plus 10 seconds to get the full decay. And we'll go back to multi-track, and we'll bounce to new track, the time selection there. And that's going to give me something that I can immediately save out. Look at how the phaser has worked on that. Looks beautiful. Actually, let's make that bigger. It looks beautiful in the spectral frequency view. So I can save that as our very first monster. Okay, it's actually saved into bounce files, and we can name it later. But I'm going to call that MO1, so I know that's an effect I would wish to keep. Now we'll move on. We'll maybe play with another phaser. So let's go for lo-fi phasing. Try that. Oh yeah, that's crunchy. All right, and what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and pitch it down using time and pitch shifter, and we're going to pull this down by just about 4 semitones. Let's go to the beginning. Oh yeah. And the lower I make it, the creepier it is. Now we need some kind of dinosaur sounds, I feel, because we're looking first of all at episode 8 season 1, the Upside Down, that really scary monster that kind of roars a lot. Well, as I didn't get raw sounds from Slime, what I have got is I've gone over to Freesound. It's an excellent resource and I suggest you use it yourself. You can get completely copyright free audio here. Just check for the 0. It's Creative Commons 0, meaning you don't even have to attribute. But because I think these dinosaur sounds are amazing, I am going to attribute Jared Gibb, who created and uploaded these, to wonderful Freesound. So thank you, Jared Gibb. I have downloaded those dinosaur sounds. I'm going to whack them over here into another track of my multi-track, convert them to the right sample rate, and let's just see what we can do with this. So let's place that in. Okay, and I'm going to time stretch that out using the time stretch tool. Maybe a little less. And I'm actually going to pitch shift. And what I can actually do is I can pop this down and I can show envelopes for, let's see, pitch shift if I put it on the track. So I can maybe pitch shift at different rates. Okay, we've got a pitch shifter there. Now I can show the pitch shift ratio and I can kind of like move this up like so or down like so. That's pretty scary. I like that. And then I'm going to copy it and do it again. And then we'll have one big loud roar at the end. Something like that. So let's get this and put this onto the end here. Maybe a little less pitch shifting there. And then I'm also going to place reverb onto here, but a different type of reverb. Again, we'll go back to reverb and we'll go to studio reverb and we'll go for a large vocal reverb here. And we'll keep more of the dry. Let's go from the start again. And you know, I'm going to pan this out a little bit more. I'm going to loop this round so it goes on a little bit longer for a bit more suspense. So let's have a couple of roars, low-key roars there. And then we'll put it about there at the end. There we go. That's fantastic. I really like that. And what I can do now, if I really like that, rather than mixing down the whole thing, I'm just going to bounce this. And again, we'll grab a selection a bit larger than the actual area. So we get the decay of the reverb again. Back to multi-track, bounce down, and we'll go for time selection here. There we go. Now we've got something that we can be proud of and save this here. We'll call this M02. So that's our next mix down. Now I've just got a ton of slime effects that I recorded on the portable audio recorder, and that's just one of them. Let's listen. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to copy this and put it into a new file, and I'm going to go in straight away and compress this quite a lot. So again, same kind of compression effect, high ratio, low threshold, so we can really get something good. Let's bring this over here. Okay, and I think I'm going to pitch shift this up a bit so it's not so low. That's it. That's very cool. And let's change the phaser effect. Let's go for something like phase 80. Let's try this. Maybe not that rubber monster. Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot. All right, so we're going to use that by simply moving this in and mixing it down. Again, we're going to bounce that track in the time selection. So we've now got, and we can actually normalize this to make it a little bit louder. We've got another monster effect saved in our bounced files. What else have I got here? Let's see. Let's listen to some of the recordings. So much fun with slime. That's an interesting kind of rubby effect there. But I think really for the pièce de résistance, we need something a little bit slimy. And I remember at the end here, I did something really fascinating with the slime. So let's paste that into a new file. Let's add on a load of compression so we can really hear what's going on and manipulate it. Let's play this. Oh yeah. That's fantastic. And I'm going to fade that out at the end. That is exactly the charm that I'm looking for. So again, I'm going to bring this in to the multi-track and just play around with it, see what I can come up with. Let's get that out of the way and play this. Let's try shimmer phase. Underwater. Whistler's Brother. Some interesting effects here. What I can do if I like is I can actually take parts of this and time stretch it to make it last longer. So double it up and then time stretch it out and put that in. Let's listen. That's really freaky. Right? Isn't that freaky? And again, if I bring in the envelope there for the pitch shifter, I can actually maybe slowly start that to pitch down over time. I mean, that's freaking me out. That's really freaking me out. So that's good. We'll go with that. So I'm actually going to move this in a little bit so I can bounce down the time selection, bearing in mind that my pitch shifting might not quite stick there. So let's try and make that stick. Get that time selection there as big as we can. And we'll go to multi-track and we'll bounce down to new track. Time selection again. And there it is for us. Look at that. You can see the wobbly phaser going right the way through that audio, which is fantastic. Normalize it. This is going to be M04. And let's see if we've got anything else that's worth playing with here from the sounds that we recorded earlier. A little bit quiet, that one. Again, a lot of these are going to need amplifying using the compressor. Oh, that's a good one. That could be a very good one. Let's take that. Paste it into a new file, and again, we'll throw on loads of compression right here. Apply it. Okay, perfect. Now back over in the multi-track, let's go in here and we'll clear out a bit of space and bring this one in, see what we've got. And we'll just try a different effect here. Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot. So I'm going to use that as a very spooky, weird effect. Multi-track, bounce down, and we'll do the time selection again. Make sure that's nice and loud. Look at those phasing effects looking absolutely beautiful. And then save as M05 right there. Okay, so there we go. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and click subscribe to get more interesting and freaky videos just like this, playing with slime, portable recorders, and Adobe Audition to make the Stranger Things sound effects. If you want to download these Stranger Things sound effects, just go over to mrc.fm/Stranger Things. If you've not done so already, check out musicradiocreative.com. This is where my team of 200 plus audio professionals can help you with voiceovers, radio jingles, DJ drops, podcast intros, music, ads, and much, much more. Until the next time, keep calm and produce on, my friends.
Thumbs up, subscribe for more. MusicRadioCreative.com